everybody, so today we will be doing our flyers class. Alright, so which book are we using for our flyers class for today? Alright, so pay attention please. Your book should say workbook number 2 and in big words, right? Big red words, flyers, and then here you have an airplane, right? A plane. So please remember, please take out this book right now. We're doing flyers, workbook number 2. Alright, while you take that out, I want you to check your activity book for today too. For your activity book, it's this book, alright? So we have the name flyers again in big letters, right? In big red letters, right? This is your activity book. It should be in this color, right? A beige color, skin color, and then you see a monkey, okay? Alright, so please take out these books, your pencils, erasers. If you need a highlighter, please take them out now as well. Alright, for our workbook, we will do 3 pages today. Alright, so it's a new book, so we will do page... Oops, sorry. We will do page 1. Okay, page 1 we have listening, and then write yes or no. Page 2 we have writing, right, completing. Alright, and then we have another listening part. Alright, so we have 2 on each page. And then on the third page, page 3, we have, alright, we have a listening, okay, listening exercise, and then complete the work. We will do it one by one together, all right? So 3 pages for this one. And then for our activity book, we have 2 pages only for today, all right? For these 2 pages, all right, so page 20, we have the crossword puzzle. Crossword puzzle, and then read and write, okay? And then for page 21, all right, page 21, we have listening exercise, and then read and choose the multiple choice, alright? Alright, so for this one, we will do page 21 first because we have to finish the listening exercise first, and then we will do page 20. Okay, so please take out your workbook, alright? So this workbook page 1, alright? Workbook page 1. Okay, so on workbook page 1, okay, what can we find? We can find a text, okay? A text about what? Okay, a text about weekends and holidays. So I've written down all of this in the whiteboard, okay? I've written the same things in the whiteboard, so you can just pay attention to the whiteboard and refer to your book, okay? Pay attention to the whiteboard and refer to your book. Okay, so let's start our lesson, all right? So the title for today's topic is weekends and holiday. Now, when you read this word, it's not 2 separate words, okay? It's one word. Weekends, weekends, weekends. Can you say it together, weekends? Right, so what are weekends, right? Weekends are, you know that we have a week, right? So in a week, we have Monday. What else? What comes after Monday? Tuesday. After Tuesday is Wednesday, and then easy, right? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, okay? So some people will like to write Monday as a first day, but really it should be Sunday, Monday, and then so on and so forth, okay? But let's just think of it like this. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, okay? So if this is the week, right? Where is the end of the week? Which is the end of the week? Right, Saturday and Sunday, right? So these are what we consider weekends, okay? Weekends, Saturday and Sunday, when you don't have to go to school. So when you don't have to go to school, what do you have? You have a day off, right? Or a holiday. That's why weekends and holiday are usually put in the same places, okay? Weekends and holiday. And what does holiday mean? Holiday. Right, where you don't have to go to school, you don't have to go to work, right? Sometimes holidays have festivals, right? Festivals, celebration. For example, can you give me one holiday we can have in December? One holiday in December, what can we have? Right, a Christmas holiday, right? Christmas holiday. What about for January? Can you give me one for January? Right, New Year holiday, right? New Year. Another word for holiday you can use is vacation, okay? Some people try to use the word vacation for holiday. It can mean the same thing too. But when you have holiday, you don't need to have a vacation. Vacation means you go somewhere else, okay? On your holiday. Alright, so now that we know the words weekends and holiday, let's try to go to the first part of page 1. Read and listen, okay? Or listen and read, alright? So while you are listening to the passage, right, I want you to look at the pictures. There are 3 pictures, and what's he doing? All right. So I'll give you some time right now to look at the pictures 1, 2, and 3. Pictures 1, 2, and 3. All right. What can we find on picture 1? What is the boy doing? All right. And this boy's name is David. Okay. And what's he doing? Right, he's packing his things, and he has a lot of things to pack. Now look at picture number 2. Picture number 2. What is he doing in picture number 2? What is David doing? Right, in picture number 2, he is carrying his suitcase. Okay, so the things you put your things in, right, the bag you put your things in is called a suitcase. Number 3, what is happening? Right, David's mom is giving him his toothbrush. She seems a little worried, right? Alright, so now that we can guess the meaning of the pictures, let's listen, okay? So on your book, page 1, part 1, we have a listening and read part, okay? Listen and read. So you can listen at the same time while you are reading at home. Okay, so please check your book is page 1, part 1. Okay, are you ready for the listening? Alright, I'll be playing this recording just once.
Lesson 1. Activity 1. Listen and read.
David is going to stay at Robert's house at the weekend. He's getting ready now. He's very excited. He's going to sleep in Robert's room. He's putting a torch and some books in his suitcase. They're going to read books and tell stories until late. He's got some toys and computer games. He's taking sweets and biscuits too. They're going to have a snack at midnight. They aren't going to tell Helen. David's suitcase is heavy. David, says his mum, what have you got in your suitcase? You're only going to stay for 1 night. I know, says David, but we're going to do lots of things together. Shall I put your comb, your soap, and your toothbrush in your bag? Asks his mum. I'm not going to wash, says David. We're going to be too busy. You are going to wash, and you are going to brush your teeth, says David's mum. Or you aren't going to go.
Okay, so now that we've listened to the story of part 1, okay? So where is David going to go? Where is David going to go? Right, David is going to stay with Robert. Okay, so we have some words here that you might not be familiar with. I will write them down here, okay? So on picture 1, we have a word. All right, we have a word T-O-R-C-H. Okay, torch, torch. Now, in some countries we use the word torch, but we might be more familiar with flashlight. Okay, flashlight. What is a flashlight? Right, a flashlight is something we hold in our hand. It's a very long thing and it gives you light. Okay, it's like a lamp, but you can hold the flashlight, right? If something is very dark, somewhere very dark, we cannot see anything, we can use a flashlight to point somewhere and then show it, right? Show it to us using light. Okay, so that's a torch, a flashlight. And we know what a suitcase is, right? Suitcase, S-U-I-T-C-A-S-E. What is a suitcase? A suitcase is a kind of bag, right? A big bag. A big bag we use for traveling, okay? A big bag we use for traveling. Okay? It is the kind of bag he is using to put all of his books, his clothes, and everything, right? So that's a suitcase. What else? All right. Computer games, sweets, and biscuits, right? Maybe some of you don't know what biscuits are. Biscuits are a kind of cookie, right? Biscuits. And then midnight. All right, this word again, midnight. M-I-D-N-I-G-H-T. Midnight, okay? So imagine the time, right? So we have a time. So here is maybe 12 in the, right, daytime. And then we have 6 p.m. And then here we have another 12 in the, right, when you are sleeping. So here the 12 during daytime, what do we call this? What do we call this? We call this noon, right? Noon, N-O-O-N, or midday. Okay, mid means middle. Mid means middle, so middle of the day. And then 6 p.m. we have, this is in the evening, right? In the evening. 6 o'clock in the evening. And then evening turns into night. So if this is night after evening, what do we call this time? 12, right? 12. It's also 12 o'clock, but we are already sleeping in bed. Right? We call this midnight, right? In the middle of the night, midnight. Okay, this is called midnight. So, middle of the night. Or 12 in the morning, okay? So from 12, it's already morning, but it's also still night, okay? Alright, so what else? That's it, right? So that's all the words that we are not sure about. So try to use your time to write it down. You can write it down on top of lesson 1, okay? Torch means flashlight. A suitcase is a big bag for traveling, okay? Or for travel. And midnight means the middle of the night at 12 a.m., okay? 12 in the morning when you are sleeping, okay? Still dark outside. Alright, so now let's go back to part 1, okay? So part 1, alright? So after listening to the story, we know that David is going to Robert's house at the weekend. Weekend is Saturday, Sunday, right? But he's only staying for how many nights? How many days or how many nights? Only for 1 night. So that means maybe he will go on Saturday, right, in the day or in the night, stay 1 night, and then go back home on Sunday, right? Okay, so now let's try to answer part 2. Read, right? We have to read the questions, write yes or no. Write yes or no. Alright, so for question number 1, let's try to read the question together for question number 1. Alright, refer to your book for the question. Alright, so on your book, let's read together. 1, 2, 3. David's going to sleep in Robert's room. Alright, David's going to sleep in Robert's room. Alright, we can find the answer where? Where can we find the answer from? Right, from paragraph 1, next to picture 1. Alright, so he's going to sleep in Robert's room. So it tells us. So it should be yes. Alright, it should be yes. He's going to sleep in Robert's room. Let me write that down again so you can see properly. This pen is. Alright. So he's going to sleep in Robert's room. It should be yes. Alright, question number 2. Let's answer it together, right? So let's read the question first. They're going to bed early. They're going to bed early. Will they go to bed early? No, right? No. Again, where can we find the answer from? Paragraph 2. They're going to read books and tell stories until late. Until late. What does late mean? Late means late at night. Late is the opposite of early, so it should be no. No. Alright, question number 3. They're going to eat biscuits and sweets at night. They are going to eat biscuits and sweets at night, right? Is that correct? At midnight, sorry. They're going to eat biscuits and sweets at midnight. Yes, it says in the same paragraph, right? Paragraph 2, they're going to have a snack at midnight. They aren't going to tell Helen, so it should be yes. Who is Helen? Helen is maybe Robert's mother, right? Or Robert's sister. Alright, question number 4. Alright, question number 4. David's suitcase is light. Now pay attention to the word light. Does it mean light like the sun? or you turn on the lights. No, lights means opposite of heavy, right? The opposite of heavy. So when something is not heavy, it is very light. Is this true about David's suitcase? Is it light? No, right? No. Where can we find the answer? Right, on paragraph 3, under picture number 2. David's suitcase is heavy, not light, okay? Good work. Question number 5. He's going to stay for 2 nights. He's going to stay for 2 nights. Is that true? No, the mom again in the same paragraph, paragraph 3 says you're only going to stay for 1 night. So it should be no. 1 night. All right, good work. Lastly, David's comb is in his suitcase. What is a comb? A comb is something you use to brush your hair, okay? So how do we find the answer? Right, on under picture 3, we have the 5th paragraph. Shall I put your comb, your soap, and your toothbrush in your bag? Right, that means it's not in his bag, and his mom is asking if he wants it in his bag, so it should be no. Alright, so please check your answers, right? You should have written your answers next to the questions, okay? On the right side of the questions. 1 should be yes, right? 2 should be no. 3 is yes. 4, 5, and 6 are all no. So 2 yeses and 4 no's, okay? Alright, good work. So now, right, I want you to open your book like this, okay, side by side, okay, page 1 and page 2. Because for page 2, part 1, we need to look at the sentences from the pictures, okay? Alright, so open your book like this and we will answer it together. Alright, same thing as part 1 or page 1, I've written down on the whiteboard. Okay, I've written it down on the whiteboard. So page 2, part 1, we have to complete the sentences using the phrases or words from page 1. Okay, question number 1. David's going to stay. Where is David going to stay? You can find the answer on page 1. David's going to stay. Right, it should be at Robert's house. Remember, names have big letters. So, Robert, the R is big. Robert's. And then apostrophe S. What does apostrophe S mean here? It means possession. Whose house, right? Robert's house. Alright, so I wrote it down like this, but you have to write down continuously, right? In one line. So at Robert's house, he is staying at Robert's house. David's going to stay at Robert's house. Full stop. Alright, so question number 2. He is taking some books because he is taking some books. Now mind you, alright, let me just point something out very important. Here we have apostrophe S. Here we have apostrophe S as well. What are the differences between Robert's, apostrophe S, right? And David's, apostrophe S. Right, one is called a contraction. Here, David's going. This is, right? The apostrophe S means is. David is going to stay at Robert's house. This one means who the house belongs to. It is Robert's, okay? So here, what about this one? He's taking some books because, and then the answer is taking a noun. Can we say taking belongs to him? No, right? So what does he's mean? He's taking. Same as David's, right? So he is. David is. Alright, so now that we know the meaning, he's taking some books because why is he taking books? Right, because they're going to read books until midnight, okay, or until late. So, because, let me use the red one. Because, alright, so pay attention on how I'm writing. If we can make he is into he's, how can we change they are? Right, so you write down they and then apostrophe re. Right, there means they are. Okay, so a new word for you. The apostrophe means, right, put it together. They are, two words, put it together, make one word. Because they're going to read. Okay? Going to read. And then full stop. Okay? So there means they are. They're going to read. Alright, so question 3, the 3 dots mean the continuation of the sentence, okay? I had no space to write down, so I just wrote 3 dots. That means you have to read it on your book, okay? So number 3, let's read together. Again, there means they are, alright? So they're going to at midnight. Again, what are they going to do at midnight? Your keyword is midnight. Can you search on page 1? Right, very good. They're going to have or eat snacks. All right? Have or eat snacks at midnight. And what kind of snacks are those? Right, sweets and biscuits, right? Sweets and biscuits. Now, question number 4. They aren't going... Right, so they're going to eat snacks, but they aren't. So here we have aren't. A-R-E-N apostrophe T. Alright, so aren't means are not. Are not. Aren't. So what are they not going to do? What are they not going to do? After eating snacks, they will not. Right, they aren't going to tell Helen. Again, there's a name here, so it should be big H, okay? The name. Beginning of the name is capital or big letter. Alright, question number 5 about David's suitcase. Now, suitcase is a noun, right? So, is it David is suitcase or the suitcase belongs to David? Right, because it's a noun, that means the suitcase is David's, right? It belongs to David. So David's suitcase, what is happening with David's suitcase? What can you say? Right? I'll give you a hint. Picture 2, below picture 2, David's suitcase. Right, is heavy. H-E-A-V-Y. The opposite of heavy is light. Remember, the opposite of heavy is light. Lastly, question number 6. David says he isn't going... Right? He isn't... What's he not going to do? What will he not do? What won't he do? What will David not do when he is at Robert's house? I'll give you a hint. The mom says you are going to wash. You are going to brush your teeth. You aren't going to go. So what is he not going to do? What he doesn't want to do? Right, he doesn't want to wash. So he isn't going to wash. Keyword here is says, right? Why did we put says? David says he isn't going to wash. Because it might not be true, even if he say he will not wash, right? Because his mom got angry and said you have to, otherwise he will not go. So says means he said it, but it might not be true. It might not be true. Alright, so check your answers. 1, it should be Robert's house. At Robert's house. Again, Robert's apostrophe S, meaning the house belongs to Robert. Number 2, they are going to read. They are going to read. There means they are. They are going to read. Number 3, they're going to have or eat snacks. They're going to eat snacks. They're going to have snacks. Number 4, they aren't. Aren't means are not. They are not going to tell Helen. They're not going to tell. Oops, sorry, I forgot 2 here. Alright, it should be on your book. It should be written on your book. Alright, to tell Helen. Number 5, David's suitcase is heavy. David's suitcase is heavy. Number 6, David says he isn't going to wash. Going to wash. Alright, so write down all the answers. Check them first, okay? Check the spelling. Remember, names have capital letters on the first letter. Alright. Apostrophes, right? Make sure you put them in the correct places. Alright, good work. So now let's move on downwards to part 2, alright? So same page, page 2, part 2, page 2, part 2. We have to listen and order the cards. What does order mean? Order means put numbers, okay, from 1 to 8, okay? In this case, 1 to 8, because we have 8 pictures. We have picture A. Right, what is in picture A? What can you see? Right, we can see a tent. Picture A is a tent, okay? If you're confused, it's this one, okay? It's this one. So picture A is a tent, okay? What do we use tents for? For camping, okay? When we go camping, we sleep in the forest or in the beach or somewhere else. We use tents to sleep in camping, okay? B. Now, what kind of bag is this? Alright, so this bag can be called 2 things. We can call this bag a backpack. We can call this bag a backpack, or we can also call it a rucksack. A rucksack. Alright, so in America, in the USA, we like to call this kind of bag a backpack. But in the UK, we can call it a rucksack. A rucksack, okay? Alright, for C. Picture C. Alright, we can call this a luggage or a suitcase. A luggage or a suitcase. We can call them either, okay? A luggage or suitcase. Picture D, very easy. The words are in the picture, right? This is something to clean ourselves when we take a shower, right? It's a bar of soap. 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 Alright, picture E. Now this looks like a comb, right? But it's not a comb. What is it? It's a brush, okay? A brush. Brush. And next to the brush is a comb. Okay, so we have 2 things, a brush and a comb. We can use both to comb through our hair or brush our hair. Alright? Picture G. Right? Is it a letter? It might be a letter, but what kind of letter is it? It's a postcard, right? A postcard. A letter or a postcard. Right? A postcard is what we send people when we go visit a different country. The postcard has pictures, okay? And lastly, H. Right? Some coins, some bills. We call them money, right? Money or currency. It should be money. Money, okay? So now that we know all the 8 pictures, we have to write numbers 1 to 8, okay? 1 by 1. Alright? I'll be playing it once, okay? I'll just play it once and then we will check the answers together. Alright, so are you ready? Please take up your pencils and listen carefully. Alright, if you don't want to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you can write down here which one comes first. For example, if G comes first, you write down G. If H comes second, you write down H, okay? So you can write the numbers or the letters, okay? We will check the answers together. Alright. Take up your pencils, please. Are you ready to listen? Alright, I'll be playing it now. Listen carefully, please.
Unit 3, Lesson 2, Activity 2. Listen and order the cards.
What are you going to do in the holidays?
We're going to stay by the sea.
Have you got a tent?
No, we're not going to go camping. We're
Alright, so that's the first one. Have you got a tent, right?
going to stay in a hotel. We're going to eat in restaurants.
How are you going to get there?
We're going to go by train.
What are you going to take?
I'm going to take clothes and wash things. You know, soap,
Alright, that's number 2.
brush,
Number 3.
comb.
Number 4.
Oh, and I'm going to take some money.
some money, right? 5.
Have you got a big suitcase?
Alright. 6.
Oh no, we're not going to take a suitcase. We're each going to carry a rucksack.
Okay, number 7, a rucksack, right? 2 names for that kind of thing.
Ah. Are you going to send me a postcard?
Yes, of course.
Postcard, number 8, right? Okay, so you've heard their story, right? Their conversation. So what should be the first one? Right, the first one is A. So you can write down 1 on A, or you can write down here A, and then comma. Alright, for number 2, what did they mention? Right, number 2, what did they mention? Right, he will bring some clothes and some stuff to wash, like soap. So 2 should be D, right? 2 should be D. What else? After the soap, he's also going to bring something to comb and brush his hair, or brush and comb. So brush, E, and comb, 4, right? So E and F. After he brings things to brush and comb his hair, most important, right? He also needs to bring money. So H, money. And then the girl asks, oh, you're bringing a lot of things. Do you have a big suitcase? Suitcase, suitcase, right? This is called a suitcase. He says, no, but we each will bring a rucksack. A rucksack. Remember, I told you rucksack has 2 different names. One is rucksack and one is bagpack, okay? Backpack, sorry, not bagpack, backpack, okay? And then lastly, right, are you going to send me a postcard? Alright, so this kind of letter is a card and it has a picture in the front. Okay, to show you where you've been. You can send it to your mom, your dad, your friends, okay? So, again, let's check the answers. A is 1, right? Tent. D is 2, a piece of soap. 3 is E, a brush. 4 is F, a comb. 5 is H, some money. Right? 6 is C, a suitcase. 7 is B, a rucksack or backpack. Or rucksack, okay? And lastly, G is a postcard. Postcard. Alright, check your answers, please. Please write it down. You can write down the numbers or the letters in order, okay? Alright, great work, everybody. So now I want you to close this workbook, alright? So close your workbook. We're going to our activity book. Oh, sorry. No. We still have page 3. Oopsie. Sorry, page 3, page 3. Alright, so same workbook, page 3. Alright, so on page 3 we have a very long exercise, okay? So it consists of listening and writing. So listening and writing on page 3, I will write them down over here. Alright, so I've written it down on the whiteboard, page 3, okay? Page 3. Alright, so page 3, part 1, we have to look at the picture, listen to the recording, and then answer the questions. Alright, so now let's just look at the picture. What can we see in the picture? Right, we can see so many signs. It says check in, check in. So where do you usually check in, right? You can usually check in a hotel, an airport, right? Or a club. So these are 3 places we can check in. So we have to guess what this is. Now we have another sign on the top right corner. It says departures. Departures means going away. Now the most important sign we see is next to it. What sign is that? The blue sign. On top of the book sign. What is it? Right, it's an airplane. So that's a hint, right? What place is this? Right? How come there's an airplane? Why are there so many people with bags? Alright, okay. And we have some people. Some people are buying. Some people are waiting in line. Some people are putting their bags into machines, right? So we can guess what they are, alright? Alright, so now let's listen, okay? Let's listen to the conversation. Let's listen to the conversation or the recording, and we have to answer the questions one by one, okay? I'll be playing it once, Okay, so just listen carefully. Don't be bothered on writing just yet. We will just listen now. Okay, just listen now. Alright, are you ready? Alright, listen carefully, please.
Unit 3, Lesson 3, Activity 1. Look and listen. Then answer.
What's happening here?
They're at the airport. It's very busy. Everyone's going to fly to different countries.
Which shops can you see?
I can see a bookshop.
What's the woman in the bookshop doing?
She's looking at the magazines. Yes, she's going to buy a magazine.
What's that place next to the bookshop?
That's the toilet. There's a man pushing the door. He's going to use the toilet.
Can you see a boy who's carrying a rucksack?
Yes, I can. He's waiting for his mum. They're going to fly to London.
How do you know?
I'm guessing, but he's reading a book about London.
Alright, so now we've heard the conversation between the two people, right? So now let's try to answer the question, okay? For answering the question, we will write down the question, and then if we are not sure, we will listen to the recording again, okay? So, question number 1, let's try to read the question together, okay? So, 1, 2, 3. What is this place? What is this place? Okay, is it a library? No, right? So how do we answer that? So what is this place? So we will start with this, right? So this. Then we have is. What is it? Right? This is a restaurant. No, right? So where do they go? Where are these people at? We have the airplane sign. Right, so this place is an airport. A-I-R-P-O-R-T. Port is where something stops, okay? So airplanes will stop at airports to wait for people to ride them, right? To get on the airplanes. Alright, so let's check the answers if it's correct, okay? So let's listen again. Let's see if it's correct.
Activity 1. Look and listen. Then answer.
What's happening here?
They're at the airport.
Alright, so are they in the airport? Is this the airport? Yes, okay, they're in the airport. Now, question number 2, okay? What's everyone going to do? What's everyone going to do? Why is everybody in the airport? Can you guess why? Are they going to have dinner together? Are they going to watch a singer? Oops, sorry. Okay. Are they going to play games together? So what is everyone going to do? Alright? So how do we answer this? We have everyone, right? So we should write everyone is going. We have going here, right? So here is the is, right? So what is everyone going to do? Everyone is going, and then we have to, and then we have do. So what are they going to do? They are going to eat together? No, they are going to fly, right? How will they fly on an airplane? Going to fly where? Going to fly in the same countries? Going to fly to different, D-I-F-F-E-R-E-N-T, and then countries, C-O-U-N-T-R-I-E-S, full stop. Alright, sorry that I have no space, so I have to write it down like this, okay? So everyone is going to fly to different countries, okay? So how do we answer this? Remember, we use the words in the question. Same as for this one, okay? This is, and then, sorry, it should be an. Airport, okay? A place. What is a place? An airport. So this is an airport, okay? For question number 2, what's everyone going to do? So everyone is going to, and then the activity, what are they doing? Fly to a different country. All right, so let's try to listen and check if that's correct.
It's very busy. Everyone's going to fly to different countries.
Right, everyone's going to fly to different countries. Very good. Now, question number 3, let's read them together, okay? Let's read question number 3 together. What's the woman in the bookshop going to buy? What's the woman in the bookshop going to buy? So we are talking about the woman in the bookshop, okay? So where is the woman in the bookshop? Right underneath the book sign or the books sign. So this question is quite long, right? But we know we're talking about the woman. So how do we answer the question? So we have the woman in the bookshop going to and buy what, right? Buy what? And here we have the word is again. So the woman in the bookshop, we can change the word the woman in the bookshop, very long, right? We can change it to she, right? So she, then we have is. She is going to buy. What is she going to buy? What is she going to buy? Look at what she's holding. Right, there are kinds of books, right? But they're not like textbooks or storybooks or information books. What kind of texts are they? Right, magazines. How do we spell magazines? M-A-G-A-Z-I-N-E-S. Full stop. She is going to buy magazines. She is going to buy magazines. Now, remember, if we don't want to write she is, we can also write she's, the apostrophe S, right? Alright, so she is going to buy magazines. Let's listen and see if that's correct.
Which shops can you see?
I can see a bookshop.
What's the woman in the bookshop doing?
She's looking at the magazines. Yes, she's going to buy a magazine.
Alright, she's going to buy magazines. Okay, question number 4. What's the man outside the toilet going to do? What's the man outside the toilet going to do? Again, let's read the question carefully. So we have what is. We have one person, the man outside the toilet, right? And the question is, what is he going to do? What is he going to do? All right, so let's look at the picture. The man outside the toilet, what's he doing? Right, he's going inside the toilet. And why do you go inside the toilet? To have a snack there? To say hello to your friend? No, right? To use the toilet. So how do we write that down? So similar as question number 3, we have to use the words in the question. Now, the man outside the toilet is quite long, right? So we know who we're talking about already. So we can change that to he, right? For men or boys. He. And then we have is, right? Remember, we have is. So he is going to, what is he going to do? Right? Talk to his friends? No, right? He's going to use the toilet. Full stop, right? He's going to use the toilet. He is going to use the toilet. Alright, let's see if that's correct.
What's that place next to the bookshop?
That's the toilet. There's a man pushing the door. He's going to use the toilet.
Alright, there's a man pushing the door. He's going to use the toilet, okay? Alright, question number 5, the last one for this book, okay? Let's read it together. What's the... Oh, sorry. Again, wrong spelling. I don't know what's wrong. Alright. What's the boy with the rucksack? Again, rucksack means backpack, okay? The bag that you wear on your back, okay? Doing. So what's the boy with the rucksack doing? Rucksack, okay? So let's try to read the question carefully. So what is the boy with the rucksack doing? Okay? So what is the boy with the rucksack doing? So let's find a boy with a backpack, okay? There's only one. Right, he's outside the bookstore, and what is he doing? Right, he's reading a book. What is the book about? There are some words on the book. There's a word on the book. What is the book about? Right, about London. And London is a place. So, do you think he might be flying to London? Right, he might be flying to London. So how do we write that down? The boy with the rucksack. Boy. Right, so boy is he. Remember, we have is here. So he is... What is he doing? He is reading, right? Reading a book about what? London, right? So the city of London. A city in the UK, in England, right? So London. Remember, L should be capital because it's the name of a city. So let's check that answer out.
Can you see a boy who's carrying a rucksack?
Yes, I can. He's waiting for his mum. They're going to fly to London.
How do you know?
I'm guessing, but he's reading a book about London.
Okay, he's reading a book about London. Okay, so good work for this page. Okay, this book. All right. So now, after answering all the questions, okay, one is this is an airport. Two, everyone is going to fly to different countries. Three, she's going to buy magazines, and four, he is going to use the toilet, and lastly, five, he's reading a book about London. All right. So good work for this book. Now let's go to our activity book. All right. Activity book. Let's open our books to page 20 and 21. 20 and 21, okay? So for now, we'll ignore page 20 and let's go forward to page 21 where we have to do the listening exercise, okay? The listening exercise is on part 1. All right, part 1, we have 6 questions. 1 has been done as an example. 5 will be done by us, 2 to 6, all right? Question number 2 to 6. And then for part 2, we have to read the question and then choose the best answer. So only 3 questions left for us to do. 1 is done as an example. After this, we will go back to page 21, do the crossword puzzle after reading the words or the prompts. And then for part 2, we will use the words here to write them down into part 2 to complete the texts. All right? So it should be fairly easy for everybody, okay? So now, right, we're looking at this part. Okay, let me cross this out just to not confuse you. All right, so page 21, listen and write. Okay, so same as your book, we have at the weekend, right? At the weekend, number 1 is go to a restaurant. So what are you going to do? Go to a restaurant, okay? For number 2, you can't see the questions here on the whiteboard, but you can read it on your book. So for question 2, it should be name of restaurant. Name of restaurant. So you put down the name here. Again, names begin with big letter. All right, question number 3, where? So place, right? Where? So name of restaurant, where? Who? People, right? So how many people? Quite a lot. So please listen carefully and then write it down. And then number 5, how are you going to get there? How are you going to get there? It means what will you use to go? Which transportation? By bus, on foot, by car, by taxi, by ferry, right? And lastly, the food. What will you eat? What type of food would you eat? All right, so are you ready? We will listen and write down the answer. Okay, I will play it only once. All right. I'll be playing the recording now. Listen carefully.
Unit 3. Lesson 2. Activity 1. Listen and write.
What are you going to do at the weekend?
It's my dad's birthday. We're going to go to a restaurant. We're going to go to Antonio's. It's in town.
Alright, we're going to go to Antonio's. Okay?
How do you spell that?
Antonio's? It's A-N-T-O-N-I-O-S.
Where's the restaurant?
It's in town, next to the bank.
Alright, that's question 3.
Right. And who are you going to go with?
Well, my dad, of course. And my mum. My aunt. Uncle and cousins are going to come too.
How are you going to get there? Is your dad going to drive?
No, it isn't far. We're going to walk.
What food are you going to eat?
It's a pizza restaurant, so we're going to eat pizza. And we're going to eat ice cream.
Sounds good.
Alright, I'll give you some 10 seconds just to finalize your answers and then we will check together. Okay, for question number 2, the name of the restaurant. The name of the restaurant is Antonio's. Antonio's. Again, name is capital letter for the beginning, okay? So Antonio's. A-N-T-O and Antonio's. Okay? So that's an Italian name, right? Italian name. Antonio's. Now, where is it? Where is it? It's in town, but where in town, right? It should be next to the bank. Next to the bank, right? It's next to the bank. It's in town, but it's next to the bank. Okay. Question number 4, with who? With who? With who, right? It should be, oops, let me use the red one, so it's dad. Who else? He said dad, mom, aunt, who else? Your aunt's husband, what's his name? Your uncle, right? Uncle. And cousins. Your aunt and uncle's kids, right? Mom, dad, aunt, and cousin, and uncle and cousins, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 names, right? Your dad, your mom, your aunt, your uncle, and cousins. Your cousins can be more than one. That's why there's an S, right? Alright, please write that down. Question number 5. How are you going to get there? The girl asked him, is your dad going to drive? And he says, no, it's not far away. We will walk. We will walk. So walking means on foot, right? On foot. O-N-F-O-O-T. You will travel on foot. That means walking, right? On foot. Lastly, what kind of food will you eat there? Oh, it's a pizza restaurant. So we will be eating pizza and ice cream. Pizza and ice cream. How do we spell pizza? P-I-Z-Z-A. Pizza and ice cream. Again, ice, right? Ice hyphen cream. Ice cream. I-C-E-C-R-E-A-M. Ice cream. Pizza and ice cream. Alright, so please check your answers. Number 2 should be Antonio's. Capital A-N-T-O-N-I-O-S. Question number 3. Where? It is next to the bank. Next to the bank. Question number 4. Who are we going with, right? I'm going with Dad, Mom, my aunt, my uncle, and my cousins. Dad, Mom, Aunt, Uncle, and cousins. Alright, number 5. How are you getting there? We're going to walk. Walk means on foot. On foot. O-N-F-O-O-T. On foot. Number 6. What type of food will you be eating? I'll be eating pizza and ice cream. Pizza, P-I-Z-Z-A, and ice cream, I-C-E-C-R-E-A-M. Okay? So this is an A, if you can't see carefully, A-M. Alright, so check your answers. If it's all good, let's go to part 2. Choose the best answer. Choose the best answer. Part 2, same page. Alright, page 21. Now we have to read and choose. Let's look at the example. Example for part 1, or question 1, which is B, right? So who are you going with? Who are you going with? You're asking for the people. Should it be it's my cousins, or to my cousins? Right, just my cousins. We're asking the people, right? So for question number 2, is your dad going to drive? Is your dad going to drive? So no, right? They're going on foot. So is B correct? No, because it says yes, right? Is C correct? No, he can't. Is your dad going to drive? No, he can't. Same as using the questions to answer the questions, right? We have to use the same words. So, is there can't or can in the question? No. Is there is in the question? Yes, so no, he isn't. Remember, we answer the questions with the same words. So isn't means is not, and we have is in the question, right? So is he going to drive? No, he isn't. Is not. Alright, question number 3. Are you going to eat pizza? Are you going to eat pizza? A. Yes, I like it. Alright, are they asking you if you like pizza? No, so 3 cannot be correct. B. Yes, I do. Are you going to eat pizza? Yes, I do. Right? So almost correct, but the second part is wrong. Do is wrong, so cannot select this one. So it should be C. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Why is it correct? Because the question is asking you, are you? I am, right? Are you? I am. So we have the personal pronoun and the verb to be, right? Conjugated in the correct conjugations. Alright, lastly, question number 4. Are they going to eat cake? Again, please remember, we have the word are. Are they? Right? Conjugation of the verb to be with the personal pronoun are they. So should it be C? Yes, he is. Are they? He is. No, right? So we can't use C. B. Yes, they do. No, right? Because we don't have do in the question. No, they are not. No, they aren't. Yes, because the question asks us, are they? So they aren't. No, they are not going to eat cake. They will eat ice cream. Check your answers, please. 2 is A, 3 is C, and 4 is A. Right, easy enough, right? Good, good, good. Now let's go to page 20. Alright, so page 20. Let's do the crossword puzzle. The crossword puzzle. Alright, so here we have the crossword puzzle as well. Similar, right? Very similar. And then we have the questions from 1 to 8. Alright, so now let's just think of the questions. I will write down the words here, and then you can put it down on the crossword puzzle yourself. Alright? So, number 1, the opposite of light is heavy, right? So it's number 1 going down. So H-E-A-V-Y, H-E-A-V-Y. Number 2, you can carry your things in this when you go on a holiday. What do you put inside? Right? What's a big bag for travel when you go on a holiday? It is called a suitcase. Okay, so suitcase. One word, okay? Now, how do we write this down? Number 2, suitcase. So we have number 2 like this, or number 2 down. So on your book it says number 2 down. So you write it downwards. suitcase. Suitcase, like that, okay? Alright, question number 3. Children love eating these. Children love eating these. Start with letter S. Right? Sweets. Okay, so it should be S W E E T S. So S W E E T S. Sweets. Okay? Children love eating sweets. Alright, question number 4. You must wash your hands with this. You must wash your hands with this. What do you use to wash your hands? You use water and soap, right? Water and soap. So S-O-A-P, right? So number 4, S-O-A-P. Now we have to find number 4. Number 4, no, going down, right? So S-O-A-P. Soap. Alright, question number 5. Question number 5. You use this to tidy your hair. Right, to tidy your hair. Right, to tidy. Number 5. What do you think it is? Is it brush? B-R-U-S. Oh, so cannot use brush. So it should be the other one, right? It should be comb. Comb. C-O-M-B. Comb. Comb. Question number 6. Question number 6. You use this when it's dark. Right, so we use a light. We can use a light. So is it L-O-G-H-T? L-O-G-C-T? No, right? So not light. So what do we use? We use a torch. Okay, so we use a torch, a kind of flashlight. So T-O-R-C-H, right? Torch. Torch. Alright, easy enough, right? Torch, a flashlight. Handheld light you can hold. Question number 7. It's the opposite of early. So if the opposite of light is heavy, what is the opposite of early? Wow, it's too early to wake up. Oh no, what time is it? You are so... Letter L. Right, late. L-A-T-E. Opposite of early is late. Lastly, right, remember what they ate during the sleepover. They ate sweets and something, right? Small sweet cakes. They're nice to eat with coffee, tea, or juice. Letter B. I'll give you a hint. Bis something. Right, biscuits. U-I-T-S. B-I-S-C-U-I-T-S. Biscuits. Alright, so this is how your crossword puzzle should look like, okay? Number 2 is suitcase, down. Number 3 is sweets, across. Number 4 is soap, down. Number 5 is comb, down. Number 6 is torch, across. Number 7 is late, down. And number 8 is biscuits, across, okay? Check your answers. Alright, very well. Now let's move on to the next part, okay? Part 2. Choose a word from exercise 1 to complete the texts. Alright, so we have one example done for us. David is putting his things in his... Where do you put your things? In your sweets? Alright, in your suitcase. So we will give suitcase a tick. That means we've already used it. Alright? Now you look at your book, okay, to use the answers or to use the words. We put a tick, that means already used. Question number 2. He's going to stay at Robert's house. They're going to eat blank and blank. They will eat 2 things. What can you eat from exercise 1? Can you eat a comb? You can't eat comb. Can you eat soap? No, right? So it should be sweets What else? Sweets and... Right, biscuits. So sweets and biscuits. Alright, so we have 4 more. Oh, sorry. Yes, 4 more to go. Oops. Is it correct? Alright. So we've done suitcase already. Alright, so now let's move on to they're going to turn off the light and use a... Again, light, right? They turn off the light, so now they can't see. Now what should they use? Can they use soap to have light? Alright. Oops. Let me just... This is wrong, okay? So number 1 is heavy already, right? Oh, sorry, it's correct. Suitcase... Sweets, biscuits. So what do you use if you turn off the lights and then there's no light anymore? We use a torch. So torch finish already. What's the next one? They're going to read books. They're going to read books until late. Number 6, what are they going to do? 7 and 8. Alright, so 7 and 8, I want you to go home and do this as homework, okay? So very easy. You have the answers already on the exercise 1. Alright, so everybody, that's the end of our class. For today, we've done our flyers, right? Flyers, exercise 2.1, okay? So it should be this book for the activity book and this one for the workbook, alright? Remember, 2.1. Alright, thank you so much for joining and I will see you next week. Thank you.